wonderful surprise to 70-year-old Kelsey Grammer.
Sorry.
His wife is expecting his 8th child.
Oh,
and he
God.
could not be more thrilled. His wife.
8. With how many different moms?
8. I believe it's 4. Yeah, this is his 4th wife and will be his 8th child.
And he is 7-0.
He's 7-0 and she's 4-6.
Okay.
Has unexpectedly become pregnant.
Yes. Well, I mean, that's a little risky for the mom, for sure, at
46.
that age.
Yeah. He's 70. They've been married for 14 years, and they share 3 children, Faith, Kelsey, and Auden. They are 12, 10, and 8, and now they'll have a little baby to go along with that. My wife and I saw this on Entertainment Tonight last night, and I said...
Did you have different reactions?
We did. I said, look at this. The heart was... This is disgusting.
What a nightmare.
What a nightmare. This is disgusting. Why would any man 70 years old have a child?
I'd co-sign right with your wife on that.
He probably thought he had the green light.
At 70 and she's 46.
But you kind of know men never really have the green light, though.
But she's 46.
But women know.
Yeah, but I still think if she hasn't gone through the change...
She may have begun the change, but we don't know. The change is mysterious.
Yeah.
We're not supposed to talk about it.
We don't know the change. I don't think about the change.
The change makes you blush.
I've lived with the change. The change
changes the air of the temperature of the air around you.
Oh, in a big way. In a
Truly.
big way, man.
Just turn the air to 65.
Man.
Because it won't go lower.
Man. You've heard of a hot spot? There's a hot spot in our house at all times.
Burning up here. If that Terminator 3D thermal imaging eye.
Yeah.
Tread lightly around the change now.
Yeah. Probably smart.
I guess his lady has not gone through the change. Her name is Kate Grammer.
And this was a surprise to both. So they were not using birth control.
Apparently not. And she is pregnant enough that she's showing, and they've waited until now to tell anyone, but they're out now in public and being seen.
And of course, they have to say, what a gift.
Oh, he said, this is the greatest thing that has ever happened.
I love it.
At age 70.
Well, I mean, it's not a record by any means, but he's up there.
Well, what's De Niro? I mean, he just had a baby a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
80-something?
Pacino, too, right? Didn't they both have kids?
Yeah.
I know De Niro did.
Yeah.
And, he's in his 80s. Larry King had kids. I mean, many men do this, with much, much younger women. Yeah. And I just said, isn't it the heart wants what it wants, and by golly,
But I didn't want this child.
No. That's what their heart wanted.
Toss salad and scrambled eggs.
So I just said, it's just wonderful, It's just suddenly you get a gift out of nowhere. We're getting a puppy today. Who would have thought this a week ago? Today's the day. Yes,
this is the day.
It's happening.
It's unbelievable how quickly this is all transpired.
Are you gonna? Is this like a trial?
No. This is our baby. This is our fur baby. We have a new fur baby coming into our home today. Yeah.
Is the fur baby going to travel with you?
Yes, the fur baby will be.
Oh, really?
I mean, we feel like I hate
the timing.
The
My
timing.
Goodness,
We're going on vacation in 3 days to the beach. And we already had our other fur baby going with us. So we want them to spend a lot of time together.
Mm-hmm. What will you do if this fur baby gets to the beach, lights up a cigarette, pulls out a rebel flag boogie board, and is like, thanks, new family. Bet you didn't see this side of me.
We don't judge. We just simply love.
Just love.
We embrace. We love. That's right.
Wholeheartedly.
That's right. And this is me.
Which one of you gets high? I'm going to like this family after all.
I'm behind this. Chris Demm's wife.
I ate all your edibles. I'm about to be sky high any minute.
You are a very bad dog.
And quit calling me fur baby.
Okay. We were perfectly happy with our older fur baby, Annie. And then Chris Demm's wife texted out of the blue 5 days ago. She has a coworker, her boss, and they got a new puppy a month ago. Unfortunately, one of the kids has an allergy to it. They needed somebody to take the dog. I saw one picture of the dog. My heart melted, and I said, I want this dog. And so
unbelievable the quickness. And my wife told me she thought of you first.
Yes.
And nobody else.
And we were thrilled.
And brokered it.
brokered the deal.
Now, she'll tariff you both.
Well, yeah, I don't doubt that.
Yeah.
And we're now today, my wife has been in contact with the dog owner, and so today we're going by to pick it. By the way,
For the exchange?
and this is what an intricate thing to introduce the dog to the new family.
Yeah, it's always a challenge.
Oh, yeah.
We've read a lot of reading online and consulted our dog groomer and pet sitter, and which we don't really use a pet sitter anymore because why?
Dog goes where family goes.
Where family goes. So yesterday, here's the way it has to be done. The older dog has to meet the new dog. You can't just walk into the house with the new dog. You
just turn it loose.
You can turn it loose. You can't just do that. So we're going to a neutral meeting site. A
Taco
park.
Bell.
I can't say.
Target parking lot?
I can't say. And you have to have a stranger walking the new dog, okay? Just for a block.
Really? Have you hired the stranger?
Yes, we hired the stranger. That was difficult because we had 24 hours to hire a stranger. So the stranger walks.
Was he holding a sign near the grocery store exit?
We'll walk dogs for food. Okay.
Hey, buddy, you want to make a $5?
God bless.
Be here tomorrow.
So a stranger will walk the new dog. We'll pick up the new dog, meet the stranger, give the new dog to the stranger. 10 minutes later, we'll be walking our dog. And see.
Hello, what's this?
Hey, how are you? Then we walk along together for a little while. And then finally to our own driveway, we walk into the house together. So the
With
older
stranger, with both dogs.
Yes. And then when stranger leaves, new dog, new fur baby is just there. And older dog, our older dog is pretty smart, so I bet she'll be like, what is this?
Sometimes they embrace the young, but it's tricky. It can be.
I'm really hoping that she embraces the new dog. If that would happen, it would be just wonderful. Now no matter what, it's going to happen. But it may take time, for her to embrace.
Oh, yeah.
She's new. I mean, she's set. She's been there by herself for a while.
The younger dog is going to be rambunctious and such.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
So we have that. And this is just a common, ordinary, everyday ultra Bernedoodle. So that's what we're doing, Just go.
I couldn't remember the name. I thought it was a Bernadette Peters, but she's the beloved Broadway actress.
That's right. So now we'll have a cockapoo and an ultra Bernedoodle together, and they mix just famously.
Yeah.
I hope that it goes. I'm hoping it goes well, and we're planning it out now to the nth degree on this meet and greet today. Today is the day.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll see how it goes.
How will you react if, as you come over the hill, and your current dog sees a new dog and is like, "Look at this bitch."
I'm concerned.
Yeah, I'm gonna move to the other side of the road.
I would be concerned about that. That's
Whose dog is that?
You have to one walks in front of the other, then one walks beside the other for a ways.
You have to let
they meet.
You have to let the new dog know the older dog's the boss, the one in charge.
You know what's interesting? This was told to me by the dog sitter. She's done a lot of research on this. Dogs don't fight over the number 2 position, only the number 1 position. So the humans in the house have to be number 1. And if the human is the leader of the pack, for instance, simple things like if the dog is sitting in your seat where you usually sit, and I have my one spot on the couch.
Yeah.
Then you move the dog. You don't say, okay, I'll sit somewhere else. You wake the dog and move the dog. If the dog is sitting in the floor in the kitchen, you don't step over the dog. You move the dog. It shows you're in charge, Make sure you're the leader. Then the 2 dogs don't fight for who's number 2. They would only fight for who's number 1 if they see weakness in the humans.
That's not your strong suit.
Not at all. I am a weak human.
You're very beta.
I'm a very beta, weak person. So my wife said, so you've got to
be assertive.
Be assertive. You've got to make sure.
Be alpha.
The alpha. We are the alphas. All 4 of the family members in the home
humans
are the alphas. The dogs become the betas, and they won't try to position themselves as the number 1 dog, only the number 1 of the household. Very interesting, I thought. Yeah, so I was into that. This is what, I'll let you know how it goes. Don't worry.
Will someone be documenting this on video every step of the way?
I think my wife's going to hide in the bushes. Well, I've been chosen to walk the...
You got point?
I'm on point.
Strategic on her part.
Yeah.
You know why? Because if the dog doesn't like the new dog, she'll always remember you.
Yeah.
She won't blame your wife for any of this.
Yeah, it'll be me.
For the interloper.
Yeah, I'm the one that brought in the interloper. I've been chosen to walk our current dog. Stranger will be walking the new dog. Oh, hey, how are you?
How often is current dog on a leash?
Let's think about it now. Last time we walked.
I bet she's not used to being on a leash very much.
No. We walk her once a year.
I know.
No matter what. I mean, come heck or high water, we're walking that dog once a year. She needs it for her health. So today will be that day. I'm sure she'll be like, what's going on?
Oh, yeah. She's going to be like, it's too hot.
Yeah, why are we doing that? Yeah, it's hot.
Yeah, what's this around my neck?
That's another thing.
No, I'm just going to lay here.
Yeah, it's hot. That's the other thing. And quirk of the Ultra Bernedoodle. And the current owner has told me this. He doesn't like being walked. And that's a trait of those dogs. They don't like being on a leash. They like outside, like by themselves or with other dogs.
Okay.
Like running free, but not on a leash. That is like the trait of the Bernedoodle. Surprising. They're part Burmese.
Is that Bernese Mountain Dog or
Bernese
something?
Mountain Dog. That's it. Yeah. I about said Burmese Python. They are not Python.
No, not Bernadette Peters either. She's the beloved Broadway actress.
This is what BB Shea has in common with Mariah Carey.
Voices of an Angel?
No. Neither recognize the passage of time. They don't believe in time, the concept.
As a concept,
they have said no to time. Remember, this BB Shea brought us this a while back. He says that COVID was created by the government only to
reshape or bend.
Well, time was bending itself, and to take our minds off that, our focus off that, they created COVID so they could slip in extra time.
Okay.
That's actually his opening line on every date he goes on. Sorry I'm late, but time isn't really real anyways. What?
He doesn't miss a tea time, I can tell you that.
Mariah Carey recently had a birthday 3 days ago. She was on a podcast. The person said, happy birthday. She goes, I don't recognize the passage of time. I said, what do you mean? She goes, I was dropped here. I was not born here, and I am eternal on this earth. I will not recognize the passage of time.
Look, nobody wants to get older.
Right. She's just like, absolutely not.
Is it a big number in front? I can't remember how old Miss Carey is.
She's 56.
Oh, so she's had that number a while.
Yeah, she's 56, but she says, I don't think so. Time is not real. It's an illusion.
Your words, not mine. Maybe by your calendar. And what is the calendar, after all?
Well, what indeed.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah. She's right there with BB Shea.
Yeah.
He told us.
Yeah.
Time's not real. It's changed. Government had to make us, look over here. Here's COVID while they slipped in time. We had no idea.
Right.
She says, if I had to say I'm any age, I'm eternally 12, but I haven't aged a day since I was 12 years old. So.
We all fight it in various ways.
That's it.
Okie dokie.
I'm not recognizing it. I love it. Those two should get together on a podcast.
Totally.
Mariah Carey and BB Shea.
Eat hot dogs, talk about time.
Eat hot dogs, talk time.
He could rap on her song.
Yes.
Now that's a podcast I would listen to.
That's what I would go to.
You know how a lot of pop songs have the like a rap section?
Yes.
We should remix her Christmas classic with a BB Shea Christmas rap.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that.
Featuring BB Shea.
Yeah.
Yep. So-and-so on drums, BB Shea on hot dogs and rapping. That's what he would be doing.